you stuck in the struggle, feeling the squeeze. Wanna save some cash and live with ease. Naomi is here, your money guide, helping you grow and turn the tide. Let's talk money, it's time to thrive on Rhythm 95.5. Budget, save, invest and win. Tune in, now let the wealth begin. Let's talk money with Naomi, only on Rhythm 95.5.
And a very pleasant good afternoon to everyone tuned in. It's another beautiful Tuesday afternoon right here on Rhythm 95.5. And of course, again, it is Tuesday, so you know what it means. That's right, we have our financial strategist on the inside. And of course, it is still June, so that means, you know what that means. Yeah. You know what? Just give them a hint. They know what that means.
They know what that means.
They know what that means.
They know.
Yes.
They know.
Husband Small is in the house first.
That's right. Husband Small in the house. That's right. And so our advisor,
Yes.
right?
Insurance.
Insurance advisor. Yeah. I was trying
Just making sure.
to just making sure. You know, sometimes there are days when the brain just decides to do what it wants to do.
I was
Very
about
much
know
to
what I'm
ask
saying?
if it clocked out.
And clock out. You know, sometimes it's that way, that kind of way. That's why we need to put things in place.
Very
That's
much
right.
so.
You never know. You never know what's happening up there.
Exactly. So
That's
make sure
right.
everything is prepared for ahead of time.
Yes, of course.
That's right.
Now, Miss Jean. That's
Yeah.
right. We have Naomi, again, our financial strategist. Naomi, what's going on? What is our topic for today?
So you'd realize throughout the last 2 episodes, we would have been understanding insurance, the different types of insurance, what is insurance. Basically, we cover the essentials. And today we want to look at practical insights, stuff that will help us. So if you haven't made a decision on whether insurance is important to you or what to experience or what might come along, we're going to look at some practical examples, no names, but we're going to give you some practical insights
Okay.
on, what is relevant for us, especially in Saint Lucia in the Caribbean. So we'll dive into like real life scenarios, the true risks of if you're uninsured, what can happen, and exactly where to start if you're new to the world of insurance. Because yes, insurance have been around for a while, but persons are still new.
Yes.
There's still a lot of persons that are fresh.
There's still a lot of
Yes.
bunking to happen,
Yes,
right?
right.
So,
Yeah, so husband will assist us with that today.
Lovely.
So first off, husband, what are some common scenarios you've seen right here in Saint Lucia where having an insurance makes a big difference?
So this one is kind of close to my stomach and to
Right.
my heart because it's one of the most common situations that we find. I don't know. Have you ever had somebody maybe knock on the station door at your office, with a piece of paper saying, "Hey, can we get some donations for a barbecue?
That's
We have
very
a
true.
barbecue coming up and the chicken sweet and the sauce even sweeter." So, you ask the question, so what's this barbecue all about? What are we trying to raise funds for? Well, my cousin, they end up in an accident and she cannot work anymore and she have the children. So,
yeah.
we just trying and come together, the
As a
church,
family.
the family. We coming together and we trying and, put some money on the side. So how much money you'll need for that thing? Oh, we need $50,000. So you think that barbecue going to make that $50,000? Well, we still want to try and see what we could do. How much y'all raised so far? Well, we raised 2,000. How long y'all doing that already? 3-4 weeks already. When is the surgery? next month.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm saying it like that and so easily because it's just so common.
It is. It
Mm-hmm.
is.
It
Yes.
is. I think this week or last week I saw a flyer with that effect. Or the GoFundMe's.
The GoFundMe's are the new way. We're going technological these days. So these days, it's sad, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend actually. I won't mention the name, but I have a
Mm-hmm.
friend. His cousin is had some medical emergency, and he's been up and down trying to get people to contribute to a GoFundMe. Many people know him, you know, and it's really a stress on the people around you. My
Yeah.
manager often asks this question in meetings because, you know, when you feel somebody bring you in to sell you something, you feel uncomfortable. You feel like, oh boy, this man just trying to sell me something. So you have your guards up, and that's respectable. That's understandable. We expect you to have your guards up because you need to make a good judgment for yourself. You don't want
That's
some
right.
random person to come and sell you something and it isn't benefiting you.
Mm-hmm.
But what that means is that we sometimes have to now bring people through the process and help them understand what the real issues are. So my manager usually asks individuals, name 3 individuals that if God forbid something happened to you tomorrow could basically take care of all of these goals that you have set for yourself. So we'd have a meeting, we go for a presentation, we look at what the individual wants to accomplish in their lifetime, we help them, guide them in their budget, guide them in this, and then now we get to this point where we have to discuss the risk management. So you say, tell me 3 individuals who could come in and stand in on your behalf and help you with all the goals that you have. Some people want to go to school. Some people have children, they want to bring them up. Some people want to be able to retire at some point. All of these different things are things that you might want to achieve. But if you aren't able to do it, who are 3 individuals who could step in on your behalf? And the sad thing is that most of the people who come in, they are one of the 3 people on somebody else's list because the family can't take care of them.
Yeah.
That
Right?
happens a lot.
It happens a lot. It's
Happens. Yeah.
very uncomfortably a lot.
Yeah.
So you ask this question, you say, yeah, I have 3 people who would want to help me, you know. But will they be able to help you?
The way you would help them.
No. Who in your family, who of these 3 people are better off financially than you right now? I'm the best person in my family right now. It's me that really trying to do everything. So you the one that helping everybody? Yes. So if something happens to you, that means everybody else taking it too. Now it starts to hit home.
Right.
Now it starts to hit home. The reality is that most of us go about life and we don't even want the people around us to have to deal with getting these kinds of things taken care of for us. You know, because we care about those individuals. We want to make sure that if something does happen to us, irrespective of whether it's death or otherwise, it could be an illness, it could be an accident, you want to make sure that you have something in place. And the alternative, the individual that never gets to it. I remember I had a meeting with a young lady, and she had 2 kids, her husband and they were not too good at that time. They were just going through something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yeah, man, I need that. I need that. That was a Friday. She said, I need that. I say, okay, we'll meet up next week on Thursday. That's my first experience with that. That shocked me. We'll meet up on Thursday and we'll get that sorted out. And I left her and I went about my business. On the weekend, I saw a picture on my WhatsApp status of the young lady in question. And I say, hey, but I know that lady. Hey, what happened to her? Is she everything cool? How's she doing? Oh, she fell down this weekend.
Wow.
Is everything okay? She's in the hospital. She's unresponsive.
Hmm.
By the Sunday, that was a Saturday. By the Sunday, she was dead already. And we had our meeting set up for the Thursday.
Mm-hmm. these kind of things really do hit home and hit differently, and it is reality. But I think when it comes to insurance, it's not a situation where we are not aware that things can go wrong and things will go badly for us. Eventually, we hope that they do not.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest issues when it comes to insurance, or one of the biggest worries, is that the financial side of it. Because one of the first things that you will be told, if you when you reach out, or you say, hey, you should prepare for the possibility of something going wrong, they're like, I can't afford that. I can't.
Yeah.
So this is the part that I think really makes things a bit difficult for people. I mean, a regular person on a normal basis. Naomi has been singing "Save Your Money." Budget. She's been singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Naomi, you have been telling me this for how many months now?
Yeah, almost a year now.
Ask me how much money I saved this month so far.
I'll not ask you on
Don't
air.
ask me that. Don't ask me Pasha my money more, because
Now you see that's why I was about to come in, and I'm like, okay, you understand that insurance is important. You
Right.
understand it makes a big difference.
Right.
Because in case of an emergency, sometimes you don't have 50,000 to shoot out one time.
Right.
And the insurance come in handy. What are you doing to
Right.
put a plan in place so that you can afford a decent, it don't need to be an expensive one, but at least a decent medical insurance,
And-
or life insurance with everyone? Because you see, the thing is, it's one thing to know that, hey, insurance is important, but it's another thing to put a plan and an action in place. Most time we don't have a plan and to action it out.
Yes, it's true. And I think this is one of those issues that we face here in Saint Lucia a lot, and maybe the Caribbean.
Yes.
You know, we do not plan for the future. And I think that's one of the things
Exactly.
that makes the difference between what is your word? I'm trying to find your word, Naomi, your terminology. She has a term that
She has a word she always-
generational.
Oy,
Generational wealth. Is
I
it that
think
one
this
you're
is-
looking
I-
at?
that's something. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
if
it,
you
know,
if you have to create generational wealth, there need to be a plan in place.
yes.
And to me, if I'm preparing generational wealth,
you want to protect the generation.
I need to protect the generation. So first and foremost, I feel as soon as a child born, the life insurance should be covered.
Now something
But
husband.
you need to put that in place, because think of it. If I'm gonna say, okay, if I'm gonna have a child, my child needs to have life insurance. They need to have money for school and whatever. The mistake that some people make is that at the time that they were away, or they even planning to have a child, are they starting to plan financially for the child?
Let's be real, Naomi. A lot of us did not plan to have our children.
Okay, so if you didn't plan, from the time you know that, hey, I'm expecting, then the budget need to shift. Let's start including the child in the budget.
In the budget.
Can I
Right.
make a point there?
Oh, husband, you're here.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. Generational wealth, yes, but we live in a situation within our country of generational poverty, sad to say. But
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that way.
Now, and you, as you say, the generational wealth and the generational poverty, what came to mind is something that, I mean, we will be having a special show just to talk about that. Probably we'll bring you on for it too.
I'd love to
But
be here.
then, you see, in our culture, especially the Caribbean, the reason why we in the generational poverty, because you realize instead of the money flowing forward to do generational
It's
wealth,
always
flowing
going
backward.
backwards.
It's
why
true.
why we have it going backward? How it can create wealth if it going this way?
Now you notice that's the I didn't want to say the S word. I didn't want to say the S word, but slavery.
Right.
Because within certain communities, the money always flows down. So right now
Yeah.
there's something in the US going on they call the Great Wealth Transfer. Where older individuals are now getting, the baby boomers are now getting to their 60s and their 70s, and they're retiring, and some of them are passing away, and all of that wealth, the properties, the cars, everything passing down to a new generation, most likely the millennials themselves.
Right.
Right? We are the opposite. Because when mom finally get to an age where she can relax, she didn't get nothing for herself. because she had to be taking care of her mother and taking care of her child.
Exactly. So
It's true.
what more can she give to the child?
What more can she give to the child? So now the child now has to find a way of how am I? We have a lot of children that have a time bomb in their finances because they don't realize at some point
There
their
we go.
parents will not be able to pay for them again. They might not be able to stay in the home long again. They might have to bring.
So that's why. Too, before the insurance, you start them young. So from early you start, they have insurance. When they now start working, like you said on the last show, because you start them young, the premium would be low, right?
Yes.
So then when they now start working, because you've already put in that foot in for them, they can come pay their own premium and
Right.
pay it at
A much lower price.
Right.
Now,
Right.
one of the things that you pointed out earlier is that you were mentioning that you give the example, the person, let's say that person would be the more responsible person, in my opinion. That's the person that is more worried and concerned about the future, wants to put things in place. And perhaps because of that type of mentality, they are in a better financial position or better position generally. So if they are concerned about their family members, they say they're concerned about their mom, their sister, their aunt, their uncle, is it possible? Is there a way for all of them to come together and have insurance together?
So lovely that you said that, because that's one of the things that I like to always ask my clients before we even start talking about individual coverage.
Right.
I ask them, oh boy, my people at the credit union is going to be happy when I say that. Do you have an FIP plan, a family indemnity plan?
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to give you as much coverage as a private life insurance policy, but it is an extremely easy way to minus the headache when a family member passes away.
Right.
So now
Death
you
plan.
can have maybe 5, 6 relatives on one plan
That's
together,
correct.
and then the premium is broken up between all of you, right?
Because you can have, with the family indemnity, you allow to yourself, your spouse, your kids, and your parents.
Yes.
I kind of feel
No one further than that.
If-
so
if
if
you-
you can't do the life insurance, I feel like the FIP is pretty cheap.
I
The
kind of
FIP
feel-
should be the starting point for you
Yeah.
there in all of that process.
I kind of feel like our conversation is getting very, very interesting, and I do not want a situation where our listeners have something to say
Oh,
and
yes.
they're not able to contribute.
True.
Yes.
All right. So if you are tuned in, again, this is Rhythm 95.5. Let's Talk Money is on. We have our financial strategist on the inside, Naomi Ja.
Yeah.
And we also have Osband Small, our insurance advisor, who is joining us for the month of June. Now, if you do have any questions or you feel like you have something that you want to contribute, the number is 2850955. You can shoot us a WhatsApp message or you can call us.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd love
Yes.
that.
Okay, so that number again is 2850955. You are encouraged to ask your questions. Okay, so we are continuing with this conversation here, which is getting serious.
Yes. Now, there's something that I really wanted to say from the get-go. My people perish for lack of knowledge.
Yeah, it's
Right.
written in the Bible.
It's written in the Bible. The reality is that one of the things that our people within the Caribbean have suffered quite a bit from is not really knowing what is available, what the opportunities are, and how they can pull themselves out of whatever they are in. And this is actually my favorite part of my job, even outside of like the sales and everything like that. My favorite part of the job, and my clients who know me will know that this is my favorite part, is being able to guide somebody in what are the steps that they can take for them to get themselves out of where they are right now and get to the place that they actually want to get to. People always have an idea of where they want to go and what they actually want to achieve, but it's sometimes difficult for them to take those goals or those dreams and turn them into actionable steps that they
That's
can
correct.
take to get to the point that they want to get to. Now, people in Saint Lucia, you have advisors from all different companies
Yeah.
who you can just grab. Even if they think it's a sale they're going to get, they have to go through a process with you of guiding you. They
Or
have
giving
to
you the
look through your
information.
finances. They have to give you tips. They have to give you all of these things for them to do their job effectively. It's an opportunity for you to get a professional in your corner speaking to you about the best possible steps that you can take for your long-term success. Take advantage of it.
And the other thing too, husband, it's not just only they have a lot of advisors out there. If you know where you what you can financially afford at the moment, shop around.
Shop around,
So
yeah.
if you have to get some advice from the Sajiko advisor, you
And then
take
you go
it,
to the
then
Pan
you go-
American one.
Yes.
And then you go
to
to
Najiko, and
yes.
you go to all of them. You go around, you get
You
advice
ask the
from all of them,
questions.
compare the
Exactly.
information.
Even within a company, you may even be able to get different perspectives within a company. So
Yeah.
that's to show you. So don't be afraid to shop around, as Naomi is saying.
Yeah.
And in addition, and listen, you're getting it from me there. I would love for everybody to just come to Sajiko, but I'm telling you the truth. If you want to shop around because you'll always get multiple perspectives, multiple options and opportunities.
Yeah.
You might find out about maybe a special on something at some point. It's in your best interest. Ask around. Ask around. Even when you go in for things like your mortgage. Why
Yeah.
would you go to one bank? You go to one bank, you could go to 3 different banks, and if you have the authorization from one already,
Yeah.
talk to me that you were saying something.
Oh, yeah. No, I was about to tell you I'm going to that bank because my mommy said so.
Hey! No.
That's the mother that does not have a home of her own.
Oh.
That's the mother that does not do this and does not do that. I'm
Uh-huh.
just saying.
True.
I'm just saying that. But my mother said that is the better bank to go to.
Oh.
Because so
Okay.
you where that are you born in that blanket, so that's where you stay in.
You were just going to stay there.
Mm.
I like the colors. The seal pretty.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
definitely.
No, well, hey,
That's
what
why.
it's good to shop around no matter what
Exactly.
you're doing. So, and the thing is, it's not, Saint Lucia is a small country. I feel we can get to almost all the institutions within a day.
Naomi, I think somebody say good afternoon.
Yes,
Good
yes.
Good afternoon.
I think the name is Toton.
Toton. Hey, Auntie Toton, you good?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and by the way, the listeners are like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, we are also live on Instagram.
Yes, guys.
So if you do want to join the live, that is, Naomi is live on Naomi758 on Instagram.
True.
Okay, so you can find her right there.
Hey,
Oh, she said yes, she
Toton
is,
say she
yes.
good. All
Yes.
right,
All
that
right.
is it.
We love it. Any question for us? Are you enjoying the content that you're receiving right now? If you like to send any question, just drop it in the comment.
Or you
so
could
that,
send a WhatsApp.
yeah, we can respond one time.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, I think I like the information that we've brought out this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It might be an eye opener to most persons, because the truth is, like I said, yes, you're aware of it, but most times we need to put a plan in place, an actionable
Exactly.
one, like you said.
Exactly.
We need to put this in place.
And it's Sanya, right? It's
Oh, Steva?
Steva, sorry, yes.
Excuse
Steva,
me.
let me tell you.
You know what?
And-
Next time, yes.
We're
I got
baptizing her
this.
with a new name.
I
Yes.
got it.
But Steva made the mention of, okay, I cannot afford this.
Right.
It's a common thing that comes up as advisors because our job is to sell, right? So we call individuals to set appointments. We sit day and night contacting people, and people will just say right off the bat, I cannot afford this. Do you know that having the right person in your corner can facilitate you getting something that fits your budget?
Yeah, correct. It's true.
Because life insurance can cost $1 million, or it can maybe cost 50 or 20. You never know.
Because think of it, right? We were there worrying about the financial and the emotional and what to do, right? Like, where should we begin? And a while ago, he did state that, okay, you wondering where to begin? You don't have life insurance yet? Have a FIP.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should be telling you have an FIP. I mean, you're in the credit union, you have a FIP.
You
should
do have
one.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And the FIP, this is a monthly payment.
It's a
small
monthly
amount.
payment. It's a small amount because the coverage is a lot smaller. It's
Right.
usually somewhere between, I think, 15,000 and about 40,000, depending on the credit union that you go
Right.
to. But think about this: the average funeral costs for an individual who has passed away is somewhere around that same price point. It's about 15 to 30,000 EC right now in Saint Lucia, counting for all the different things, including all the documentation that you'll have to prepare, as well as the casket or coffin or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Or if you're looking at doing cremation or anything like that, the actual ceremony itself, all of that can come into a to $30,000 price point.
Yeah,
Depends
and
on
if
what
that
it is
person, and if
that
that
you're
person
looking for.
discreet enough, they can make it do 10K.
Well, yeah, if they I don't know. Well, maybe the people, the sisters from the church will cook.
But you're
Let me tell you.
But this is a reality. This is how a lot of us think, you know. Oh, I can get that over there for free and whatnot, and get that person to do this instead.
No, but I have a question, if you all don't mind.
Go ahead, shoot.
I mean, if my family member passed away, I am mourning. I mean, okay, let's given I have my FIP so I can bury the person. But why should I be preparing food for y'all? I am mourning.
Mourning private.
Yeah, I
she
cannot.
bourgeois.
I cannot afford to buy food when I have to be mourning. and give you food.
Oh my gosh.
So let me ask you this, right? Say I can afford to bury my loved one. I have the money there. You said let's use the price point 15K.
Yes.
Say I have the 15K. What do I still need to get the plan? Does it make sense to get the plan?
Well, let me ask you, why did you have that 15K there? Because I'm sure it's not because you wanted to bury your mother.
Maybe I have the 15K because I want the 15K. I
I
was just
know you wanted
saving
to
the
go
money.
to Antigua with that 15K.
Yeah, but
And now you have to go and take it and bury Auntie Tibet from on the next side.
So barrier.
Life.
I know somebody know Auntie Tibet somewhere.
Mercy Lord, God
That's
forbid.
not the auntie we're talking about. No, but what I'm saying is sometimes you have the money there, say it's your savings or something, right? And someone is probably thinking, I don't need to go and do that, give you all my money for nothing.
Yeah, but
and then-
remember, you never know what can happen. What if they said when it rains, it pours.
Jesus.
Right.
So sometimes at the time that death come, that's when
The fabric.
hurricane. What's one of the hurricanes they have on the list there? They have some nice names. I don't know.
No, we're not mentioning those people. We're not mentioning any of those names.
Before
Next
they
thing
say
there's
Naomi blight my family.
No. But we're just saying, no, that's things that happen. Because
It's true.
let's look at the storms we've experienced in Saint Lucia in the past. So one person just passed away, whether it's the storm or not, and then the storm destroy your home or whatever.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
So the 15K on your saving probably have to just go to fixing your home. You need a roof over your head.
Oh,
So
yes.
if you have the FIP in place, then you know, okay, yes, my 15K in my savings or my emergency fund went into putting a roof over my head because of the tragedy. But then the FIP can cover to bury that person. We never know what can happen.
I'll bring it a step further. People think that every time somebody die, they in an accident and brap, they die. And they didn't have no expense and cost before they die.
Oh my goodness, that is so
Yes.
that is real.
Auntie Joan sit down there and she stay in the bed and she say, I love everybody, and brap, she
You
die.
know, like the movies, like the
People not
movies.
dying at their home these days.
Sure.
You had to pay the ambulance. The ambulance costs her money. When it reach by Tapio, Jesus, hold your head. Because another money still have to pay when it reach there. And don't feel
That's
because
right.
she die, you're not going to pay it. You still have to pay it.
That's right.
And then some of us, we think we're going to be mourning gracefully.
Great.
We're not doing that.
Ugly cry.
You get the news, you faint too. Whilst
yeah, the doctor have to
hospital
deal
one
with
time.
you. Yeah.
okay, so all of that, I guess, comes into play with the plan,
Exactly.
right? And
The
even if
idea
you
is
have
to
a
prepare
savings-
for the unexpected.
Expected. Yeah.
Right.
You see, one of my favorite financial advisors, is it cool if I say his name? He
Yeah,
has his
yeah.
own show in the US. It's Ramsey.
Yes.
Dave
same here.
Ramsey,
Dave
right?
Ramsey, yes, same here.
He uses a pet name for when things go wrong. He calls it Murphy, right? Relating to Murphy's
Murphy's
law.
Law.
Exactly. So
Everything that could go wrong.
will go wrong. Exactly.
Right.
You do not want to be in a position where you're not prepared. And that's not only related to insurance, that's everything. Finance. So
Sure.
you don't have an emergency fund, but you have an insurance plan. And then an unexpected happens. and that's not covered in your plan. What do you do? Where does that money come from?
Yeah. We have to plan. So Toto instead she's enjoying the content on
All
Instagram
right,
and
Tutun.
YouTube. So thank you for following on YouTube. So guys, if you're not following, you need to go across to YouTube at Naomi758, or you can type Naomi Financial Strategies, subscribe. And if you're just logging in and you've missed, trust me, we've had a wonderful conversation this afternoon. We've spoken everything insurance and finance, things that you should be aware of. And you've missed this, you need to subscribe so that you can watch when it's up on YouTube later this evening, so that you'll not just get this last minute, you will get the full content on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. And also, if you're on Instagram viewing, thanks for viewing.
Yep. Definitely. And don't think
There's
you
another
should just
question,
go to YouTube. I mean, it definitely has its benefits to listen in live. I mean, you get to ask your questions right
Yes.
here.
Exactly.
And you get your answers right here as
Yeah,
well.
one time.
Yeah, and it's not a situation where we're Googling answers for you.
No.
You actually we have our financial strategist, Naomi
That's
Jean.
right.
Yeah.
And then we have our insurance advisor.
Correct.
That's right, husband Small.
Yeah.
We are professionals here. Yeah. So yeah, we know
So-
what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know the questions I ask.
She's asking for herself, guys. Don't mind her.
Yeah,
She might
of
be
course.
acting like she's asking for a friend. She's actually asking
No.
for herself.
Listen, I will ask my questions because
Definitely.
honestly, this is something I am interested in knowing. I want to know for myself
That's
because
right.
I need to make the correct decisions and the correct moves. So I would definitely ask. Also, I have family members, I have children, I
Yeah.
have a
Yep.
mother, I have siblings. So although we all have our own little things going on,
But
it
you want
makes
to
sense
ensure.
to know what is a possibility, what can be changed, what can be upgraded, what can be a better route.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So-
Agreed. Anything you'd like to say before we round up?
In terms of, well, it's the same thing that I like to always encourage everybody to do. Make sure you have a good advisor that can give you the advice that you need. Having somebody in your corner, and it may not necessarily be an insurance advisor per se, but just having somebody who's knowledgeable in your corner, who could guide you about the ins and outs of life, somebody that's maybe a little bit older than you, or maybe not, somebody who's just studied in it, or has practice in it. I encourage that. Also, I like to encourage people, remember, entrepreneurship is a career path as well. just a little shameless plug. Remember, entrepreneurship is a shameless plug. Yes, what's wrong?
I just
No, not for myself. For all the entrepreneurs out
All
there.
the entrepreneurs
Oh
out
no!
there.
Wait, hold on. There is no shame whatsoever. We big up all the entrepreneurs, all
No,
those
That's
who,
definitely,
right.
definitely.
you know. So go ahead and give that plug. Big
Yes,
them up.
yes. So I just encourage everybody, don't be afraid to try something outside of what everybody else is doing. It may very well work out if you put the work in and the
Yeah.
and the patience. Okay, but that's all for me for now. For
No
today.
problem. So, guys, thank you for listening in today. Those viewing on Instagram, thanks for viewing. Next week, you need to look out for next week. Do not miss out because next week we'll be guiding you on what kind of questions you can ask the agent if you try and sign up for any type of insurance policy. We gave you some advice today on shop around. We'll give you more advice next week on what you should be looking out for, what questions you should ask.
Yes.
Because these are important. So thank you for tuning in today. Looking out to you tuning in next week. And like I said, don't forget you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Naomi 758 or Naomi Financial Strategies, where you can get all our previous episodes. So if you missed the 2 previous episodes we had before today, guys, you need to go and view it because they're very important information. Yes, that's it for today. Thank you for having us, Steve.
Oh, well, it was all my pleasure and my
Oh,
knowledge.
and guys, one thing. I mean, today we mentioned planning.
Right.
I do have a financial planner
Oh,
up on
true.
my website for sale.
Very nice.
Right.
So please go to shop.naomisnumbers.co and check out the financial planner. If you feel you planning already and you just need to budget properly, then go for the budget sheet. But if you have no plans in place, guys, get the financial planner and start putting your finances in order. Start preparing for the future, prepare for your kids, prepare for whatever will happen.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where we end. Let's talk money right here on Rhythm 95.5. It is now 3:25. Going right into a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more super hits.
Are you stuck in the struggle, feeling the squeeze? Wanna save some cash and live with ease? Naomi is here, your money guide, helping you grow and turn the tide. Let's talk